Welcome to my garden. Let me show you around. Okay, first off, we have hibiscus plants here and here. We have a jackfruit tree that was not supposed to survive as long as it has, but here we are. Over here we have our honeydew melons, we have some squash, we have our marigolds, which are doing fantastic. These long green ones right here, those are like the green onions that you would buy in the store. And we also have some carrots and some kale growing on this side. We have some more squash along the edges here because we try to utilize every bit of space we have. Some more onions, some basil. This was rosemary. It looks like it's growing back. It was having a hard time, so I had to cut it all the way back, but it looks like it's growing back in. And over here is my okra, which is growing really well. We have a fig tree here. It's getting big enough now to where I'm probably going to propagate it. So I'm going to cut off one of these limbs, put it in some water, and let a new tree grow. Fruit trees grow better when they're planted with each other so that they can pollinate one another. So same way here. So as you can see, this one still has some water in it, even though I put all these bottles out here at the same time. So this plant isn't as dry or as thirsty as the other ones. We decided to start the garden because we thought it would be a nice thing for the kids to get into over the summer, and it would be a learning experience.
And we went around. He jumps like this, boing. And then we also went around. We go in the playground sometimes, and then we usually come back to the garden. Me and Mommy plant some stuff. That's how I help it. We plant some lettuces. I think we planted some cauliflower before.
I think the discussions around the garden and the process of getting it started has changed the way that we view food and consumption in general. And that was kind of the reason behind it. Like when you grow your own food and when you take the effort of like seeing what goes into creating something healthy, it gives you like a better appreciation of something that instead of like going to the store and just picking like out a tomato or something and letting it rot on the shelf, like, you know what went into that tomato. You had to get fertilizer, you had to, you know, prune it back and do all these things to take care of it to watch it grow. So that brings a new appreciation. What happens in the world around them because they exist, like new plants, new animals, birds, all this other stuff that I didn't get a chance to see before are now around and hanging out on a regular basis because we planted a seed. So that's neat.
I'm in charge of helping to maintain the garden. I weed eat the garden, make sure that the perimeter stays nice and clean. If there's any structural damage around the perimeter, I make sure that's taken care of. I help with, you know, the pavers and things like that, just to, you know, help my wife in whatever way I can. For me personally, it's just something that, you know, my family enjoys to do. Obviously we get crops from it, but it's something that my wife started as a bit of a hobby, and then the family just kind of joined in and it became more of a normal thing for us to do. So, you know, like we like to come out and, you know, pick like the cherry tomatoes and stuff like that. You know, we get the little kids involved, so it's really just something for the family to do together, and of course we get a little extra food. So,
what changes have I noticed over the past month? Things are just fruiting finally. You're finally kind of seeing them as they would be if they were in the store. So we got the okra and stuff coming in. They're not just like leaves on the ground, so they actually have like a purpose. So you're seeing the purpose of them. Finally being able to eat things that I've grown out of the garden. So that's been fun to see things finally come around the way that I hoped they would. If I could expand it, I would add more fruit trees, and I would add just more staple things that we eat every day, like red onions, green onions, peppers, things like that, just so, you know, we could come out and pick it more easily rather than having to still go to the store.
We'd like to expand on it. We got 1.5 acres of property here, so we'd like to, you know, plant a bunch of different fruits and vegetables. I feel like it's something that can help us be more self-sustainable. Obviously, when you buy food from the grocery store, you're worried about, you know, pesticides and all these different things, but you know, when you grow it in your own yard, you know exactly what's, you know, been done to it. So for me, it's just having that self-sustainability.
I see it being a source of self-sufficiency, so hopefully we can get it going well enough to where it supplements enough of our food on a regular basis to where we don't have to go to the grocery store or any of this other stuff. You just go outside, pick what you need, and then come inside. I want people to take away from the whole documentary or watching this process is that, like, one, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to start over. It's okay to live life in seasons. I think people have forgotten about that part, that life is supposed to be in seasons. The earth, we got so used to going into the store regardless of what day or time of year and getting exactly what we want and when we want it, but that overtaxes the earth, and it teaches us not to rest when we're supposed to. And I think that's important for people to learn, and I think gardening teaches you that, because the earth gives you things when you need it, and it grows things as they're meant to be grown. Like, so forcing it before its time is bad, whether or not you're planting a carrot or just in your day-to-day life. So I feel like there's a nice little overlap there. I just pulled radishes up from over here